So for the lesson, we have 20 modules. For grammar lesson, we have 20 modules. We are treating 8 modules in the first month, meaning that by the end of this month, November, we are expected to have covered 8 modules out of the 20 modules that is meant for this month. And then the second month, by December, we will have completed another 8 modules, making 16 modules. Yes, and we will left with 4 modules. So by January, inshallah, the first 2 weeks of January, we are going to be looking at the remaining 4 modules in the first 2 weeks of the third month. That's January in this case, yeah? And the remaining 2 weeks, we use that for catch-ups, revisions. All right? So you might probably want, for one reason or the other, miss some lessons, miss some things and that. So we'll use that the remaining 2 weeks to do some catch-ups and revisions in preparation for your examination, yeah? And for the conversational, lesson, which we are going to be, studying the Durus al the one I sent to you, we have a total of 23 lessons in the first book of Durus al 23 lessons. So the first month we treat 8 lessons. The second month we treat another 8 lessons, making 16 lessons. So we are left with 7 lessons in the Durus al All right. So the third month, that is when we complete the whole 3 lessons. The remaining 7 lessons. All right. So now, and after that, uh, we're gonna be having our exam in the same third month. Exam will be in the maybe the first week of February. Yeah, the first week of February there's gonna be exam, and then marking we start. And after the exams, you'll be given project project to work on. Okay. Now let's look at the way we organize it. All right. Please let's follow. Uh, welcome, Sister Fatima. Can you hear us, Sister Fatima? Are we together?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa
Assalamu alaikum
alaikum.
warahmatullah. Yes, I can
Wa
hear you very
alaikum
well. Thank
salam.
you.
All right. Thank you. So, I'm sorry that you were just learning about the beginning of the class. I thought you were following anyways. I thought you were following the group. And so I was asking us to discuss the time and see whether we all aware. But alhamdulillah, you've not missed much. We're still introducing everything about the lesson. I start to record the lesson. So we're going to be recording the lesson every session. And for one reason or the other, if we miss a class, or for one reason or the other, we were not following properly, so we have a recorded lesson for you to access later. So if you look at my screen right here, we are discussing the schedule. I've sent it to the group. We're discussing how the lesson is going to be. So for day 1, we are treating grammar. We're supposed to be starting grammar lesson, okay, which is going to be fundamental of Arabic. Okay, so definitely we do some of that today. Now for day 2, it's going to be Medina book. So meaning tomorrow, since the lesson starts today, tomorrow is going to be grammar, Medina book, and some other compositional lesson that I sent earlier. So, and this is how we're going to be doing it. Week 1, week 2, week 3, until week 4. Okay, so please let's ensure that we are committed to the lesson. Assignments and all of that we given. Let's revise lessons, let's discuss it because we want to make this journey count. Bi'idhnillah. So, and this is how we work on it. So, like I said, by the first week of February next year, you'll be preparing for your exam. And the exam has a cutoff mark that you need to pass for you to move on to the intermediate lesson. So, for you to move on to the intermediate level. So this is the scheme of work for intermediate class. We also have 20 modules here. So intermediate class continues from module 21 to module 40. Module 21 to what? Module 40. So, and we follow the same timetable, inshallah. So this is how we are going to be running the lesson. And please, uh, let's ensure that we are engaging. We follow the class, we ask questions, we read notes, and if there is anything that is not clear, let's ensure that we ask questions. So based on this, do we have any question, please? Any concerns? So regarding the timetable, let me talk a little bit about that. So for weekends, I just think that weekends we should be more available. So I mean, and so that's why I put the class into in the morning session, morning time. So I believe it works for everyone. So for weekdays, if you look at the timetable, weekdays is gonna be Monday and Wednesday. So that's why I said tentative. Okay, tentative. So if we have any concern, let's kind of like raise it. But I want to believe this time that okay, because for the weekend we choose 11 a.m. Nigerian time, which is equal to 10 a.m. the Ghanaian time, the Ghanaian time. Um, as for Monday and Wednesday, it's going to be from 8:30 to 9:30 in the evenings because we believe everyone is, is busy. So on weekdays, so uh, that's why we have to make it night lesson. So for the Ghanaian people, it's going to be 7:30 to 8:30 their time. So yes, is there any concern for the time? Is it okay that we have the class in the morning um for weekend? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think it's okay with Sister Jamila. Sister Fatima, how about you? Is it okay?
Alhamdulillah, the times look fine. Alhamdulillah for the weekend and during the weekdays as well.
Oh yes, alhamdulillah. I'm glad that everyone is okay with it. Yeah. Yeah, brother. Yes, we have another brother in brother Adam. Adam Elias. Can you hear us? Yeah, I think he's been having difficulty joining the class since. Brother Adam Elias, can you hear us now? Are we together? Yes, brother, we have, yeah. Yes, we have Adam Elias. Can you hear us, please? Brother Manu. Am I correct with the way I pronounce your name? Brother Manu Adam. Okay, yes. I think Brother Adam has a network problem. Okay, so since everyone we have we are okay with the timing, so I've taken us through the scheme of work. So I want to believe that everyone has their notes. Means you have to have a notebook and your pen to jot few things. It's very important. So now let's quickly run through the lesson. If you look at the module, we are starting from module one, and we said for module one we have fundamentals of Arabic, under which we have introduction to Arabic alphabet.
Um, yeah,
Okay,
I do have a question.
okay, yeah. What you said? You
Yeah.
say something
So
now? Okay, yes,
yeah, I said that yes. I want to. I need clarification on the model, right?
yeah,
So I learned that every day we are going to complete one model. Is that the case?
yes, yes, inshallah.
Oh, okay. So that means, inshallah, if today, for instance, if you are doing grammar, you are supposed to complete this module one, which is the
Exactly.
introduction to Arabic alphabet. Okay.
Yeah, 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 exactly now, right? So now this is how it works. So some of the modules, might look a little bit, but nothing is very hard. What you need to do is pay attention in class. And those modules are simple to understand. We've broken it down. So, I mean, it's really very understandable. So, and then you jot things in class. So once you understand it firsthand in class, all you need to do is read up do some exercises given to you, and that's all. Okay, so further, every other lessons we corroborate the previous lessons because you keep understanding further. So the foundation matters. Once the foundation is solid, every other thing that's built on that will definitely be as solid as that. Okay, so I'm gonna take us first through the introduction to. So I'm gonna take us through the introduction to um, the Arabic alphabets. Yeah, introduction to Arabic alphabet. So let me try to open the material so I can share it with you. So I will send that to the group as well. I'm going to send a note about introduction to Arabic alphabets and the vowels. Yes, I'm going to send that to the group as well, inshallah. So pardon means I will just share the screen soon. I mean, the material. Around. Okay, yes. Can we see my screen now? Yes, can we see, please? I want to ensure that we are all following.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So the first lesson, I call this the first lesson in Arabic. I mean, it's very important that we have this lesson. It's going to open our eyes to some things. So the scope of the study here, we look at the getting the right pronunciation of Arabic alphabets. I believe everyone here can read Arabic, can read the Quran and Arabic text. Yeah. So we are not. This is not elementary lessons, but we just look at the letters, the pronunciation of letters briefly. Yeah. So we look at getting to know the Arabic consonants and vowels. Look at the consonants and vowels. So we have the short vowels, we have the long vowels, and we have the double vowels. What are these vowels? We look at that. And then speaking like the natives, mastering the difficult letters. There are some letters that are difficult, especially the letters of the throat, حروف الحلقية. So these letters are important to take note of them. Yeah. So this is what I'm gonna do. I want to assume that everyone can pronounce this letter properly, but for certainty, I'm just gonna highlight some letters, and then we just we pronounce it randomly. Yeah. So I want someone to pronounce this letter for me, please. This the letter I started right here. The class is gonna be engaging, so everyone must say something. Yeah, the letter that I circled. Who's gonna pronounce that letter? Yeah, please let's say something.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, wa alaikum assalam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes,
Okay, I
wa
think
alaikum
the letter
assalam.
you circled is za. Za.
Okay, yeah. Is that right? Okay,
The letter is
okay.
za.
Yeah, okay, okay. That's okay. That's great. Does anyone have another counter pronunciation, another pronunciation for this letter? Anyone, please? Does anyone have another pronunciation for this letter? Yes, please. I need people to say something. It has to be engaging, and I don't want us to take much time on this because it's just the elementary,
Uh,
but it's very important. Yeah,
yeah. I also, yeah, same thing. I have same thing in mind. That.
that okay. So I
Yes.
believe that's what I think. Sister Jamila, you have a counter pronunciation. Sister Jamila, did you follow us? I mean, through the classes that we held in the 3 lessons?
Yes.
Okay, you followed
Yes.
hard, right? And you did some of our tests and examinations.
Yes.
Okay, so you must probably have noticed, like I said, the scheme of work, we have had a few things there. What we treated in the 3 lessons and not the same thing we're going to be treating right here. And I had a lot of things. So it's an advantage, for us to start all over again. Okay, Sister Jamila, what do you have for the pronunciation? I mean, would you have any counter pronunciation?
Zain.
Barakallah fi. So Sister Jamila said they, they. Okay, so now let's listen. The most correct pronunciation is they. Please let's take note of that. They. Why they? Okay, why not that? That is a sound that it gives us when you give it a vowel. When you put vowel on it, it gives you the sound that. So what you pronounce right now is not the name of the letter, but the sound of the letter when it has a vowel on it. Are we together? So the name is different from the sound. So the name of this letter is they. So why do we say they? The full name is actually Zayun. Okay, this is the way it's written. Zayun. Okay, in when it is nakra, or you say as Zayu. So Zayun or as Zayu. Okay, so for short, because the name in long stems is Zayun. Let's take note of that. The A is long, so we say the, and we have Y-U-N, Zayun. So that's the name. That's the full name. So usually the last sound, which is on here, we're gonna talk about it when we get to now, definite now, indefinite now. This is nakra. It's called tanween. So the tanween sound on can be removed. So we are left with zay. We are left with what? Zay. Can we please
Zai.
say that letter, please? Zay.
Zai.
Yes, so that's the way it sounds. Zay. Zay, 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 zay. So that's what we have.
Zai.
Sister Fatima, is that clear, please? Can you say the sound again, the name of the letter again? Zay. Yes, please. Oh no, I guess she left. I guess a lot of people are having network difficulty. Yeah, no. Sister Fatima, you are still there. Can you pronounce the letter again, please? Zay.
No. So actually, I had a question, sir.
Yes, please. Yeah,
May I proceed?
yeah, please proceed.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So for someone who's taught themselves the Arabic alphabet,
Yeah,
I learned it as alif, ba, ta, tha.
yeah.
Although, however, I've heard children during the course of learning the alphabet, would say alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha'un. Is that the
Okay.
pronunciation that you're saying we should be adopting? The alifun, the ba'un, the ta'un,
Okay.
instead of the alif, ba, ta, tha?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for that brilliant question. Yeah, basically, every letter has their root pronunciation. And when I say root pronunciation, I mean you want to pronounce the letter in the full way. So alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha'un is a full pronunciation. It's a pronunciation that captures the whole sound. For example, I'm gonna give you an example, an illustration. So you have, can you please give me like a minute. Uh, Sorry for that interruption. I will just take a minute, please. Sorry for that. Every letter has a way you pronounce them in full, and they have a way that you pronounce them in a way that is shorter than the full version. So, for example, if you say al-jannatu, al-jannatu, that's a full pronunciation of that word al-jannah, and for short we say al-jannah. So we've eaten up the last letter. Okay, we've eaten up the last letter. For us to be precise about the pronunciation. So in a nutshell, the full pronunciation Of these letters, alifun, ba'un, ta'un, tha'un, jimun, ha'un, kha'un, dalun, dhalun, ra'un, zayun. Okay? So, but the kids mostly they are taught in that manner. Some people will teach them in that manner so they can know the full pronunciation. But instead of going through the long version, alifun, ba'un, ta'un, ta'un, so you just say alif, ba, ta, ta, jim, ha, ha. So we have eaten up the last hamza. The hamza, the sound that you see, alifun, that one is far with tenwin, fun. So we don't want to pronounce that un sound, so we drop it. We say alif. The same way we drop the ta when we say al jannatu, and instead of saying al jannatu, we say al jannah. Are we following, please? Does it make sense, please? So, yeah, do you
Yes,
understand that?
please. For me, it
Yeah. So,
does. Thank you.
okay, good. So, and this is
Yes,
what works
please.
for every other letter. So we have sinun, shinun, sodun, bodun, ta'un, va'un, ainun, ghay, ghaynun, fa'un, qafun, kafun, lamun, mimun, nunun, ha'un, wawun, and ya'un. Now, this is a full pronunciation. But instead of that, you go like alif, ba, ta, ta, jim, ha, ha, dal, zal. Now, instead of this one, it's supposed to be dalun. And this is supposed to be dalun. Dalun. So instead of that lun sound, sound, the handset, you remove that and you say dal, zal. Or zay, zay. Instead of zayun. So you go like zay. All right. Sin, shin, sod, bod, o, vo, ain, ghain, fa, qaf, kaf, lam, mim, noon, ha, wow, wow. Initially it is wawun, wa, with a long r, and you go like wun, wawun. But you have to drop that one sound. So you're left with this one alone, which eventually becomes wow. Wow. The exclamatory, wow. Wow. And the last one is a yeah yun. Yeah yun. Is it yeah un? Not yeah yun. Yeah un. With a un sound. But you pause on that un, it's not just say yeah. So I believe everyone, this is clear, right? So now that answers the question and that clarifies it here. So you know which one is which one is the original sound and which one is the short sound. Is that clear? Are we good on that, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. All right, now so we move there from here. Now all of these letters are called consonants. Are we together? They are called
Yes.
consonants. So now what are the vowels? What are the vowels? So the 28 Arabic alphabets are consonants. All right, so they are consonants. Now the vowels are divided into three. Please let's look at that. Now, if you look at here, everything here is supposed to be 30, but it's not 30. Why? We have removed two letters that are not
Lam
part of it.
alif.
Yes, we have removed lam alif and hamza. We removed lam alif and hamza. Okay, why do we remove lam alif and hamza? Can anyone tell
It's
us
not
that?
part.
Why? Yeah, they're not part of the letters. They are not new letters. Just a repetition of lam and alif. Are we together? So it's not part of it. Hamza and alif, usually they go together. You have it like this. Hamza and alif usually go together. Okay? So, and that's what we have there. So I think that's understood, right?
Yes.
So that's what we said in this note. Lam and alif are not part of the Arabic alphabet. They are simply part of other letters, meaning they are just repeated. Lam is there already. Alif is there already. Hamza and Alif are together. They're not supposed to be separated, but in some cases where Alif, the way we look at it, the way we have it like this, cannot stand, cannot appear, so we use Hamza to represent it. So in a nutshell, Hamza is a variant of Alif. Hamza is a what? A variant of Alif. Now let's quickly look at vowels. When we say vowels, Arabic vowels are divided into three. I will send this note. Yeah, we can jot few things, but I'm going to send these notes so you can go through them later. So Arabic vowels have three types. We have the single vowel, or we say the single and short vowel. Single and short vowel. We have the double vowels, and we have the long vowels. Now let's talk about the single and short vowels. Single and short vowels are what you know. The fatha, the kasra, and the dhamma. And why do we say single? They are single because yes, they are just one. And they are not appearing twice, just one. And why do we say short vowel? Because you have to make sure that the sound is very short. So if we have studied English, English, voweling pattern properly, which is the forgotten the name again. Yeah, phonics. Yeah, if you study English phonetic sound or phonics. So we have single vowels. We have vowels that are called monophthongs and what? And diphthongs. Yeah. So we have the monophthongs and diphthongs. This is exactly what we're talking about here. Something similar anyways. So in English, we have the monophthongs, and your monophthongs has to be short. So for fatha, the sound is equal to as in cat. Yeah. As in what? Cat. As in bag. So you can't say cat. You cannot say bag. Are we together? So those short vowels, that's what they. So you make sure that you pronounce them as short as possible. So for example, we have doroba. Can someone say doroba?
Doroba.
Doroba. Yes, it has to be as short as that. Bo, ro, ba. So we don't say do, ro, ba. No. Or doroba. So we have people having difficulty in maintaining these short vowels. So you make sure they are short. Now look at this one. Dhahaba. Yes, dhahaba. And we have kataba. Look at how short all these letters, all these words sound. Why? Because we have short vowels in them. Short and single vowel. So fatha, kasra, dhamma. A, I, U. Okay? Kitab, Ki. Sijil, Si. And Li. Okay? Dhamma, it has to be kutub, for example. Kutub, kutubu, kutub. It has to be that short and as short as possible. Kutub. Can someone say kutub, please? Kutub.
Kutub.
Yes, kutub. Okay. MashaAllah. So it has to be that short. That's what we say is a short, singular and short vowel. Okay, that's that. Let's look at the double vowels. The double vowels are called tanween. I believe everyone is familiar with what is called tanween, right? Tanween.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So tanween are double vowels. Double dhamma, double fatha, double kasra. Double dhamma, double fatha, double kasra. So that's what is called double vowel. In, an, in, un. So n, in, un. And that's why it's called tanween. From the word noon. Nawana. You know, winu tanween. That is, the word tanween is from the word noon. Meaning that when you pronounce it, it gives you a noon sound. Kitabun. Alifun. Ba'un. Ta'un. Alright, Jimun. That is the what we have there. Okay, and that's why we can drop that tanween sound. When you are reading Arabic text or reading the Quran, you can always drop the tanween sound. So instead of saying alif, you say alif. Ba'un, you say ba. So we can always drop the tanween sound. Yeah, because it's somewhat heavy. And Arabic people, the Arabs, they don't like things to be very heavy. They go for the simple things. So for fatha kitaban, ban, that's for an. And for kasratani, now listen, when you have double dhamma, you call it dhammatani. Some of us call it, what is the common thing that we call it? Yeah, we said it, I want to believe that some of us are hearing the matani for the first time. What is the common thing we call it? Yeah,
Domain.
yes, thank you. Majority say dhammatain. Dhammatain. So when you learn, by the time we get to i'rab, declension, you know why it's not supposed to be called dhammatain like that. There's a reason why you call it dhammatain and dhammatan. So dhammatan, it's when you are by default. By default, it has to be dhammatan. Something must happen before it changes to dhammatain. This is declension. Declension will tell you that. The reason why we have Allahu and we have Inna Allaha, Allahu, we have a who there and we have ha here. Inna Allaha, Wallahi. So in these three cases, we have Allahu, Inna Allaha, Wallahi. Each of them has different vowels. Dhamma, Fatha, Kasra. Declension will tell you that. So what am I saying? When it comes to two things, Dhammatan is the default. You say by default, Dhammatan. Something must happen before you say Dhammatain. So in a nutshell, when you are pronouncing these name of these vowels, for the first time, you just say Dhammatan. So now, when you say Dhammatain, when you are spelling, the moment you say Alif, you have Alif here, and your Alif has a Dhammatain, it has a Dhammatan. So you say Alif Dhammatain. So you have to have Alif before you say Dhammatain. Alif Dhammatain. If you are spelling, you say Alif, and then for you to pronounce the next one, which is Dhammatan, you say Dhammatain. The reason why it is like that, I'm going to tell you when we move further. So Alif Dhammatain, Ba Dhammatain, Jim Fathatain. So when it goes with another word, it becomes tain. But when you are pronouncing it alone, you say tan, fathatan, dhammatan, kasratan. Are we together? So this still might not be very clear, but don't worry, when we get to declension analysis of muthanna, two things, it will be more clear. But let's register it like that. So that's that for the short vowels. I mean the double vowel. Now let's come to the long vowels. Long vowels are called mudus. Mud. I think everyone is familiar with mud, right? Yeah, everyone is familiar with mud.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So alif mud, waw mud, and ya mud. So mud are long vowels. So there are three of them. We have the waw mud, ya mud, or ya mud, and we have the alif mud. So these are the three letters of mud: alif, ya, and wa. Alif mud, wa mud, ya mud. All of these are long vowels. So don't forget that these letters also are in the consonant letters. Alif is in the consonant letters, Ya is also there, Wow is also there. But when does it become a vowel? It is a consonant at a point in time, then it can also become vowel. The only time you consider it as consonant is when it carries other vowel. If you have fatha on it, you have kasra, for example, and you have a dhamma. So you have they now carry another vowel, right? So that is when they are regarded as consonant. But when they are serving as a vowel on their own, that is a long vowel, they will not carry another vowel. They just be like that. Usually they will carry sukun, and the sukun is not always written. Are we together? Usually they carry sukun, and the sukun is not written. So that is when they serve as. Now, for example, Rasul. Rasul. This vowel here has a sukun. Ra, sin, and you have a wa. This wa has a sukun. Rasul. So, but usually we don't put the sukun, especially in the Quranic, in the Quranic examples, the Quran formations, you don't have sukun here. So you just say Rasul. And this is when they are vowel. Okay. Now there's something we also need to understand. We know that already, but let's take it as a principle. For every, please let's write it down. For every short vowel, there is a corresponding long vowel. For every short vowel, there is a what? A corresponding long vowel. This principle will help you identify when these three letters are working as long vowels. For example, even if I don't vowel, if I don't put vowel on any of this, I don't put vowel on any of this, you should know that this wow is a long vowel. Why? Because this thing has a dhamma. And for every short vowel, there is a corresponding long vowel. So as this thing carries a dhamma, if it's going to be accompanied by a long vowel, and that long vowel had better be a vowel. Are we together? That's why we say for every short vowel, there is a corresponding long vowel. Dhamma corresponds to vowel. So can someone tell me what is the corresponding long vowel for fatha? The corresponding long vowel for fatha.
Alif
Is
Mad.
Alif.
alif mad. Thank you. And for kasra, the corresponding long vowel for kasra,
Ya Mad.
yawmat. Thank you. So that's what we have there. So that's what the principle is talking about. And with this principle, literally read any words that is not vowel, because by that time you identify which one is a long vowel, which one is a short vowel. Now that is taken. Now the division of Arabic alphabets. We have al-Qamariyya and Shamsiyya. I believe everyone knows this. Al-Qamariyya and Shamsiyya. Yeah. Yes. Are we all familiar with this division?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, and we know how to use it. Usually al-Qamariyya, we said Arabic alphabet are 28 letters. 14 is Qamariyya. Yes. And another 14 is what? Shamsiyya. Is that okay? So, with respect to attaching al, let's take note of that. The only time you identify each one is Shamsiyya, which one is Qamariyya, is when you are adding al. This is al. This alif is called alif wasl. I think we all know that. When you see al, for example, al-jannah, al-jannah. When you see al, take note that this alif here is called alif wasl. Alif what? Wasl. And you can call it hamza. Hamzatul wasl. Or alif wasl. Hamzatul wasl or alif wasl. That is hamza of connection or alif of connection. So al. When you add al to your word, that is when you know which one is Shamsiyya, which one is Qamariyya. So al-jannah, al-ain, al-malik, al-quddus, al-yawm. All right? So the letters that allows you to pronounce al is Qamariyya. And the one that does not allow you to pronounce the lam there is Shamsiyya. Because Shamsiyya will eat up. It will eat up the lam. Shamsiyya will eat up the what? The lamb. Okay. And someone give me an example of Shamsiyya letter. A word where we have, you know,
Ashams.
Shams. Thank you. So that's where we get the name Shams, Shamsiyya, Shamsiyya, because Shams. So instead of Al, then you had a Shin. All right. So this Shin cannot be pronounced, without eating up this lamb. So you cannot say Ali Shams. So the lamb has to enter into the Shin. So it becomes Shams. Is that taken, please? Is that clear, please?
Yes.
So I think this is basically what since we all know we can. Okay, so let's try as much as possible. I think this is too elementary, so you may not necessarily have to do the homework. The homework is for you to write out the alphabet, the 14 alphabet for Shamsiyya, and give some examples. However, I believe everyone here understood what is Shamsiyya and what is Qamariyya. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So because of our time, so since we said it's gonna be 1 hour, some of us may have things to do. I'm just gonna introduce us to the fundamentals. I mean, see some other things that we need to do, and that's gonna be because today is, we started by introducing few things. So in the next lesson we go fully into what I'm gonna show you right now.